coming at you through a Snapchat filter because honestly, it's just easier this way for me, for you, and definitely for my self-esteem because I don't feel like putting on makeup right now, and you know how it is. But I heard you guys do a wrestling if I can talk today, podcast called I'm gonna say this right, hopefully. Covalent. Fingers crossed. That's how you say it, because I think I would normally pronounce it covalent, but Covalent Wrestling Podcast. So I hope that is awesome. I hope you guys get a bazillion views on it or listens or however podcasts work, because everybody does them on Zoom nowadays. But talk to you later. Bye.
What's up, Daryl and Warner? This is the Swolverine, the effing machine, Mr. GMSI himself, Brian Cage. I mean, who better? You already know the answer to that question. And if you don't, that is nobody. Giving you guys a shout out on your podcast, Covalent. And I appreciate you guys being big fans, big supporters, and the best is yet to come. All right, guys, take care.
Hey, Daryl and Werner. I just want to say thank you so much for being a fan and watching NWA and being super supportive of that. Hey, everybody, this is Camille Brickhouse, and you're listening to CovalentTV.
Okay, on yesterday's Dynamite stream that we did, you all wanted us to do an AEW Collision review, but it looks like to me that y'all want this to end after the second thing we cover on the show, because y'all decided to do what y'all do and not into this room. So that means, welcome to your AEW Collision Live review. This is your boy, Mr. Starksign.
Big Dub.
This might be a quick one. This might be a quick one. I'm going to give y'all a little bit of backstory. We're not angry or anything like that. This is exactly why me and Werner have said multiple times on the channel before. We don't typically do like request shows. Like somebody's like, hey, can you guys go out of your way to do this? Like we typically don't do it because the same people that request it, when we actually kick in the show, Cricket Wireless. And I'm not mad about it. I was just telling Werner before we went live that I'm doing good right now in the homeland. He knows what I mean by that. So I'm good.
Yes,
After I get off this stream, I am very well taken care of. So either way, I am good money. But for the time being, we gonna drop off that good work at your front doorstep. And if you decide not to get your ass in here, even though you the one that requested it, then in which case it's gonna be your fault when the stream goes off too. No hard feelings. No hard feelings. All right, but much love to everybody in the room. If you are in here, we appreciate the support. Like gang, comment gang, share gang, and donation gang. Show up and show out. And if you don't, you know what's going on. True Seekers roll call as well for all of the True Seekers that actually have the gumption to comment, because it seems like y'all done slowed down the comment section to a stop. I almost said a crawl, but it's a full stop. This show might be a little bit cynical. I'm not going to lie. This show might be a little bit cynical because, request.
We're gonna be done in 20 minutes.
I keep telling y'all, don't request something you not gonna show up for. Do not request something you don't show up for. Okay? Oh, do Collision. Oh, my God, please do Collision. Oh, man. And y'all playing a dangerous game, too, because tomorrow's show is not a guarantee. I told y'all that. Like, if y'all see the announcement posted, in which case we're doing the show. But tomorrow's show is not a guarantee. That is going to be a game time decision, as they say in professional sports. That is going to be a game time decision. I have to do MLW, and then I have to come back and do Backlash. So I might need the rest. I might need the vocal rest. But again, shouts out to everyone who is in here. Shouts out to all of y'all rocking this shit out, if you are rocking it out. But we got a job to do. Either way it goes, we still haven't forgotten what it is that we are supposed to do, ladies and gentlemen. We got to bring you beautiful people the news, whole one special, dumbass, accountable, and bring you facts, data, statistics as we go, because that is just what we do here. And I have a what we not gonna do that is loaded up in the clip that is something so damn vicious that I probably shouldn't do it, but because it is a collision review and we rarely do these, I don't know. I feel compelled. The power of petty compels me.
Mm-hmm.
So let's not delay y'all any further. Let's not bullshit. Let's go on ahead and get into 10 news. Let go.
So, of course, we had our conference call today for WWE, you know, record revenues. We fired, 20 people last week, so record revenues.
Oh, my God.
But the interesting thing, this is the one thing I'm going to bring up. This is it. WWE does not own 100% of AAA.
Really?
They have controlling interest. They have the 51%, but it's not all 100. The family still has 49%.
Oh, they pulled a Shark Tank deal?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Wait, hold on. Warner, let me give propers. Before you continue with that story, let me give propers. That family at AAA, that was low-key kind of smart.
Mm-hmm.
Because once WWE inevitably discards of the IP because they can't, milk any cash from it, they could just buy back controlling interest.
Yep.
I'm sure WWE is going to charge them a hefty price.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why WWE did this to begin with, because they're a very predatory company. But that's intriguing. And also that says one other thing that I think people are not thinking about, Werner. That shows and tells me that TKO was like, we only going to give you just enough money. We're not going to give you enough money to buy the whole thing outright. We're going to give you just enough to buy this controlling interest. And I said this on last week's show. WWE, with the purchase of AAA, that was TKO they was doing all right. You know when your parents used to hit you with that after they gave you some money?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Don't spend it all in one place. WWE, the spotlight is on you. Because if that acquisition fails and you have to sell back controlling interest to that family, yikes. Hell, if you even have to sell back your entire 51%, yikes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm sure that family will take it right back if WWE doesn't want it.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're going to sell back their entire controlling stake, then in which case, guess what? AAA is in the power position because WWE is going to have to sell it for pennies on the dollar at that point.
Yep.
Hey, you know what? That family for AAA, I got to give it to you. I'm going to give you a clap. I'm a clap for you because that was low-key a chess move. Because, again, when WWE discards of you because they can't milk any money from you, you can buy your controlling interest and your talent's contracts back probably for pennies on the dollar. When TKO slaps them on the hand and tells them, this isn't working, sell it back to them.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are going to be in a power position. Unless WWE wants to be petty and keep like 5 little funky ass % or some bullshit like that. Because that seems like something WWE would do.
Enough for the library.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see WWE doing some funky ass shit like that. We'll sell you back controlling interest, but we'd like to keep 10% in perpetuity. I could just see them doing something like that. But either way, no. Shouts out to the family over AAA. I did not think that they pulled that chess move like that. But continue,
I'm really surprised at that too. I was shocked to see that.
Yeah, that's a huge chess move.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I thought they bought him outright.
So did I.
And I think there's a lot of people that watch our show that's probably going, how is that a chess move? I just explained. Because I know it's going to be one person like, how is that a chess move for AAA? WWE is not known for acquiring things and boosting them to their maximum capability.
Mm-mm.
This was AAA's family taking a flyer. They basically went, yeah, we'll sell you this little controlling interest. Let's see if you can make something out of your controlling interest. If not, sell that shit back to us real quick. I think they're going to buy TNA outright. I still stand on that.
Yeah.
I still stand on that. I think they're going to buy TNA outright.
I would think before the TV deal is up.
Yeah. TNA is going to get bought completely. If not a majority controlling interest. And when I say majority, I'm talking about like 90%. Because maybe Anthem might still want skin in the game and might still want to, make a little bit of ends off of the entity. But I just see that being an outright purchase.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna be real.
Or they do the 5% thing.
Either way, these are Shark Tank deals. What Werner just told me, that's a Shark Tank deal. I've seen this a million times before. Yeah, man, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. WWE spotlight's on you. It's up to you to make the IP mean something. It's up to you to make the IP mean something. If you can't, just sell it back to them.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fair. But then again, we're talking about WWE and when are they ever fair?
No.
Yeah.
That's not it. That's not in their vocabulary.
And if you're wondering why I'm saying this too, guys, Conan said, you wait until you guys see what AAA looks like with money behind it. That was an interesting quote. Mm-hmm. That was a very interesting quote. And I'm going to tell you why. He basically was saying, in no uncertain terms, AAA was losing money. They were in the red probably on a lot of their shows. And the family was paying out to keep it going. So this WWE, because damn, you might as well just call it a merger. Mm-hmm. you might as well just call it a merger. Mm-hmm. Allowed them to have access to the capital that they need to pretty much keep the doors open. That, looking at it now, based off of what Werner just said, that makes me think AAA was on the verge of dying. Financially, at least. AAA will never die in name. Let me put that out there right now. AAA will never die in name. If WWE didn't pick up the AAA name and the entity itself, somebody would have. Somebody would have. So it's valuable. But to hear Conan say that, and then to hear this percentage split, yeah, no, this is just AAA selling to WWE to have access to their checkbooks. The family probably got tired of bankrolling all these shows that were in the red, and we're like, who can we get on board with us to where we could use their checkbooks? WWE is a AAA investor.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of a silent investor, they're a loud investor.
They're very, very loud.
That's all it is. No one will say it, but we will. I think that's like the theme of our show at this
They're
point.
like the alien ship from Independence Day.
Mm-hmm. That's all this is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that tidbit of information is out there now, because now we get it. We get it. I still wouldn't have sold my controlling share to WWE specifically, But that's just me. I'm not in control of AAA. I would have hit up Tony Khan. If I was at Family, I would have hit up Tony Khan and been like, yo, how do we mend this bridge between you and Conan and we can make something work?
Right.
And the reason why I say that, businessman, Mr. Starks kicked in, ladies and gentlemen. AEW is cash flow positive right now. Tony Khan is cash flow positive, right? Very much so. Very much so. WWE is not cash flow positive to the level of which AEW and Tony Khan is right now. They're just not. Their margins were razor thin. Yeah, they cleared and they made a little bit more than they did last quarter, but it was razor thin. It wasn't by much. It was like, what, 4% I saw?
Yeah, I think so.
It was like 4%. It was razor thin. And Warner, please look that up to confirm it because I don't want to misinform my
am
viewers.
right now.
Yeah, it was razor fucking thin. And that was with releasing wrestlers, might I add.
Yeah, it was 4%.
Yeah, 4%. They cleared by 4%.
46.4 million year over year.
That's not a lot of money. Like for WWE, for the industry standard, for the juggernaut entity that everyone makes it out to be, clearing 46 million ain't that much.
Mm-mm.
Now, if they would have cleared like 300 million, I would have been like, damn, what can I say? I would have threw my hands up. I would have been like, what can I say?
Mm-hmm.
That rarely ever happens in a quarter. That was a little bit of an embellishment, but you get what I'm saying. Then I would have been like, whoa. If they would have cleared like 100 million, I would have been like, whoa. Oh, shit, that's wild. And I think, didn't I see something say that they're projecting to clear something around that level for next quarter? Based off of like TV rights in the Saudis, some shit with Saudi.
Well, yeah, I mean, I could see that with ticket sales because live events are up like $16 million because they're gouging prices like no other.
And even that's not a lot.
No.
With how much they're gouging, that's not as much as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be closer to 30, 35.
No, they did 76.3 up from 50.2.
Does that sound like a huge clearance to anybody? Does that sound like, oh my God, WWE is just, they're just blowing everybody out of the water?
Consumer product licensing and other category was slightly up to 38 million, up from last year's 31.6.
Dude, they're barely getting by in a business sense.
Marketing is at 25.6, up from 13.8.
You said, wait, say that one again.
Partnerships and marketing finished at 25.6 million, up from the previous year's 13.8 in quarter one.
So that's easy to explain, ladies and gentlemen. Every time you watch a WWE pay-per-view and you're inundated with ads and affiliate marketing and all this old stuff, that's why that increase is so huge. That's why that increase is so huge.
That and WWE shop commercials.
Yeah, I said affiliate marketing. I already said that. But yeah, that's why that number is so big. Take a second to think about how many commercials you see during a WWE event. For WWE shop, for all of their terrible fucking t-shirts and their terrible belts. That's why that number went up.
Name me a company that does commercials for other things like Snickers, Slim Jim, all of them They use their wrestlers for only their commercials. You don't see those commercials anywhere else. You don't see them on Monday Night Football. You don't see them while watching primetime television on a random Thursday or Tuesday.
I'm going to put it like this. WWE money marks and pocket watchers should not be doing the Watusi and having a ticker tape parade.
No.
Clearing, and that 4% is on overall, all of these different categories we're discussing, or was it one specific category?
Overall TKA revenue increased to $1.269 billion, a 4% year-over-year increase of $46.4 million.
So it's overall. 4%, y'all. 4%. I wish we had it in front of us right now to compare it to other years. 4% year over year. If there are people in the WWE offices right now dancing on their desk, they shouldn't be.
No.
Like I said at the beginning of this, that's razor thin. That margin going up to that level of 4% is razor thin.
WWE finished the first quarter at 391 million, which is up 74 million from quarter one last year, which was at 316.7.
WWE is doing exactly what I tell you guys all the time. They're floating. They're floating. And I'm so curious. I mean, there's no way we'll ever know because they did it. I would be very curious to know what those numbers would have looked like if they didn't release those wrestlers. I'm sure it's not a huge dent, but you got to think some of this stuff is substantial.
I bet you'd be probably what? 30 million record, revenue versus 70.
WWE,
overall.
Let me do this because I got to catch my stride. WWE has to hoard themselves out to almost everything just to clear money. They have to hoard themselves out to Saudi. They have to hoard themselves out to Prime. They have to, all them advertisements you see on the mat every week, every pay-per-view, WWE has to hoard themselves out to just to stay alive. All of those ads that they whore out to their viewers and their consumers, that helps them survive. As a standalone entity, WWE would die. I'm saying that definitively. If WWE went private again today, they would die almost instantly. We're going private. We're not doing anything with Saudi anymore. They would die. I don't know how much y'all think production costs are, but I'm pretty sure they've chewed through half of that Netflix money already. Or at least a quarter of it. That $5 billion gonna be gone by 2028. That $5 billion is gonna be gone. By 2028, that $5 billion is gonna be gone. They would have spent it all. By the time that potential 5-year re-up, or that year re-up that they could do after year 5, by the time that comes up, that Netflix money is gonna be gone. So if Netflix gives them the boot, that quarter after Netflix gives them the boot is going to look spooky. Unless WWE could turn right around and get another $1 billion deal from somebody, those quarterlies after Netflix gives them the boot is going to be spooky. Saudi ain't going to be able to save them on that one.
And I don't think you're going to get $1 billion for the network. I'd be shocked if they got $1 billion for the network in the next few months.
That's what, Matthew Sheldon, you get it. said at this rate they won't see plus 5% until about 2027. Yeah, dude. WWE has so many offsetting costs. Yeah, they're making this much money doing this, but yet they're spending a grip on fucking production.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of offsetting costs in the WWE. It is. So, like, while those numbers might sound good to some of these pocket-watching WWE dorks, you're not thinking about how razor-thin 4% increase really is in the business world. As successful as they make themselves out to be, Warner, what should that percentage have been? And all the truth seekers in the comment section, you can comment on this too. If you judge by all the shit that WWE and their fan base talks, you would have thought that percentage would have been what? You would have thought they went up what percent?
50 to 75.
And we just going off of the shit that they fan base talks.
Right.
4% ain't nothing to be talking no shit about. If they would have went up 20%, I would have shut up. I would have been like, hey, what can I say? Again, what can I say? I would have shut right up. I would have been like, hey, 20% is a sizable increase in the business world. What can I say? But yeah, judging by how they talk and how WWE talks, yeah, you would have thought it was 75, 80, 70 at the least. Yeah, I agree with y'all. That's what you would have thought. But is that what happened?
Nope, you got 4.
And you got to think, TKO is looking at that and they kind of going, uh-oh. Why do you think they had the compromised media run out there and say, well, when the Saudi deal kicks in, the new Saudi deal and the Netflix money kicks in for the next quarter, it's going to look so good on the sheet? Why do you think they're selling that so much? Because deep down inside, WWE brass knows TKO is going, uh-oh.
Yep. Maybe WWE should just go back old school and go back to the original Raw aesthetic. Think how much money you would save. No pyro, couple of TVs, the Raw logo, walk to the ring, call it a day.
To WWE, that'd be like admitting failure.
I know it would be. But you'd be saving money and maybe you could get to plus 20. Maybe.
And that's if you dude, that is if you strip the product bare bones.
Mm-hmm.
Bare bones. I'm talking about you maybe have 40 people per roster. Like I'm talking about Raw, SmackDown, 40 people each.
And NXT.
You would have to narrow NXT down to like 35.
Mm-hmm. No more Evolve.
Dude, they would have to cut to clear 20+% outside of the Saudi and Netflix shit that's going to happen next quarter. To clear 20% after that is going to be extremely difficult. So no, to Matthew Shelton, to your point earlier, no, they're going to clear plus 5% next quarter because, again, the new Saudi deal and the Netflix deal is going to be included in that quarter. But after that quarter, no, I don't see them clearing plus 5 unless they do drastic cuts. They might clear like 7 or 8 one time, but I don't see them really clearing plus 5% consistently unless they do drastic cuts. They have too many offsetting costs. Private jets for triple nose in them. Everybody got a damn tour bus now. Like, dude, it's going to be a lot of cuts. And I dare anybody that watches our show to question me on this and back it up with actual factuals and evidence. Why do you think WWE had to sell to TKO to begin with? Oops. Why did WWE have to sell to begin with? Vince saw the writing on the wall. Vince saw what I'm talking about right now. if we don't get somebody, if we don't get a loud investor, right now, we might be in some deep doo-doo. Vince McMahon saw that forecast of WWE's profit margins for the next 5 years and was like, oh shit. Uh-oh. He saw that Fox money running low. He was like, oh, fuck. He saw that Saudi deal coming to a close.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, oh, my God. Yeah, if WWE was this highly profitable entity that everyone makes them out to be, they wouldn't have had to sell. Fool. They wouldn't have had to sell. But you thought they just did it out of necessity? You thought they just did it for fun? They just felt like selling themselves? You thought they just did it for fun? And now they're everyone's hoe. And now WWE is everyone's hoe. Again, don't believe me? Look at the ring mat at every show. Don't believe me?
Yeah.
Look at the new Saudi deal. Don't believe me? Look at what Netflix is making them do. Don't believe me? Look at how many fucking WWE shops they have to WWE shop advertisements they have to run at you every show. If you don't believe me, just watch. WWE has had to sell themselves for spare parts just to survive. You want to know who I have seen that isn't doing that?
Tony Khan.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, we saw like one little energy drink ad in the corner of the screen tonight on Collision.
Mm-hmm. Well, and this is the God's honest truth. When was the last time you heard anything about AEWshop.com?
They kind of do it as a wink, wink, nudge, nudge type of thing, if anything.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll run like one little promo show, and it's like a little banner ad. WWE has shot full commercials for WWE Shop. With those terrible fake public domain songs that they use for them. Have we seen a Prime ad on AEW television?
Mm-mm.
Have you seen angry cider ads on AEW's mat?
Nope.
Oops. So let me spin the block on my point. AAA, that's why if I was going to sell controlling interest to anyone, business-wise, from a business perspective, I would have sold it to Tony Khan. Even Dave Meltzer said AEW is cash flow positive right now after the TV deal. And that's just after the TV deal. Imagine if they do get a big sponsor. Imagine if Dubai is like, hey, if you come over here 4 weeks out the year, you know what I'm saying, do AEW week in Dubai, we going to pay you an extra $200 million a year.
What's to say England isn't doing that right now with the Forbidden Door loop?
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows? I mean, we don't know.
So yeah, AAA, I get what you were trying to do. You were trying to stay alive. I understand it was survival.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have actually sold to a company that's probably clearing bigger margins than 4%. And a cash flow positive billionaire by himself as a lone entity. Tony Khan is a $1 billion entity by himself. But you know, Conan stuck his old goddamn water jug head into the business and was like, no, if you're going to sell to anyone, sell to WWE, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one. And
they don't hurt my feelings like Tony Khan does.
And that family listened.
Yep.
Oh, boy. Man, we informing tonight. I did not expect that.
Yeah.
But it's still looking like we on the path to shutting this show down after two little segments of matches, whatever the case may be, because we ain't even close to 25 likes.
No. We're not even having 25 people in the building.
All right. Y'all gonna find out the hard way tonight, boy.
Mm-hmm.
And Werner, I'm gonna set this up for you because I don't have one tonight. I have a what we not gonna do, and I'm gonna discuss that.
That's why I switched to I pivoted.
So I'm gonna go on ahead and set you up for this.
Okay.
If anybody is in the building right now that loves CovalentTV, you're about to hate us after we do this next segment. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know what portion of the show is coming up, go ahead and drop that bang in the comment section. Even if you decide you are not going to, I'm going to tell your funky ass anyway. It is time for us to hold one special. Dumbass! Accountable. It is time for drone accountability. Let go.
This is from Facebook.
Werner still selling loose cats.
I'm not selling loose cats. All right, so this is from Facebook and allegedly from CM Punk.
Oh, God.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
This is our algorithm. This is the CovalentTV algorithm here.
Oh, boy.
Oh, here we go. Vince McMahon wouldn't have let The Rock sit at home. Vince McMahon wouldn't have let AJ Styles lose to Logan Paul. Vince McMahon wouldn't have allowed sponsorships inside the ring. Vince McMahon wouldn't have let Travis Scott interfere in the most important match. Vince McMahon wouldn't have booked Jey Uso to win the world championship. Vince McMahon wouldn't have allowed WrestleMania tickets to be so expensive.
This love me not ass shit. What the fuck?
Love him or hate him, Vince McMahon would have made WrestleMania 41 the most memorable one.
Say that last part again? What the fuck did you just say? Hey, look here, punk ass. Say that last part again. What the fuck did you just say to me?
Love him or hate him, Vince McMahon would have made WrestleMania 41 the most memorable one.
Oh my God. They could have had Rhea Ripley parachute into the arena butt ass naked, and it still wouldn't have been the most interesting WrestleMania ever. God damn, y'all bars in the fucking bottom of the barrel, dude. And then you wrote this love me not ass fucking letter about Vince McMahon on social media for everyone to see. Including that pasty mayo man in the bottom left corner right there who means nothing to me.
Hey.
I matter, head ass.
All they did was open it up and like, oh, drone accountability.
Like, what? Do y'all hear yourselves? In order for some, okay. I'm not doing this tonight. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not doing this tonight. I have a what we not gonna do, and I gotta save my voice. Guys, I think everybody can see this coming a mile away. He's so bouncy.
That's why I pivoted.
What we not gonna damn do? What we not gonna damn Scooby-Dooby damn do? What we not gonna do, sir, young man, because you a little ass kid, homie. You a boy. Sir, here's what we not gonna do, okay? What we're not going to do as a person that works for the industry standard is hop on social media and call people who have been way more residually successful than you in the business on both ends as an executive, and then one was a wrestler. We're not going to call the executive and the CEO a crackhead. And then what we're not going to do is tell Richard O'Shea, oh, yeah, have fun in performing in front of 2,000 people for a crackhead. Sir, are you out of your mind? Who died and made you Judge Mathis, you dumb fuck? Are you slow? What is with these wrestlers, bro?
I don't get it. I really don't get it.
First of all, as a black man, Javon, I'm not sure if you a tether or not. I'm not sure if you're a tether. I don't know if you from some other foreign country. You might be a tether. I don't know. I can't confirm. But as a black man, as an FBA man, you should know when it comes to staying on code, certain things you don't do and you don't say. Saying to another black man, even though he's a mulatto, saying this to another black man, you perform in front of crackheads? A crackhead? What are you doing, homie? I don't give a fuck if he's from Greensboro, North Carolina. Tethers can be anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing, dog? And somebody might say, why are you so upset about this? Because this is not the first time I have seen young wrestlers say stuff that burns a bridge of this caliber. It's just, he had the nuts today, and I barely even want to call him having nuts, to say it on social media. I've heard a lot of young wrestlers talk like this off camera, and I've told y'all that before. I've heard tons of young oh, I don't want to go to AEW. Oh, my God. Oh, no, I don't like how they run things over there. I'm good. And I'm like, what have you done? What have you done? If it's one thing that I was taught in this lifetime, never burn a bridge that you might have to cross again. And the same people you see on the way up, I'm going to let y'all finish that shit for me. Motherfucker, are you slow? And then to talk about audience sizes, homie, you perform in a fucking production warehouse in front of 250 people. Humble yourself, lil homie. You lil ass boy. And I hope somebody clips this and sends it to you, because I'll say it to your face. And then I forgot about something. Guys, I forgot about something. My memory started jogging when I saw this fuck shit. He was on AEW Dark, and he had to take the 3-second tan courtesy of Jeff Jarrett. Is that why you mad on me? Tony Khan didn't offer you that contract you felt you deserved. Is that why you mad on me? Homie, you built like Snoop Dogg if he did meth. And then the biggest thing of all, you just watched a whole bunch of people that look like you get released. And you've seen the misuse of black wrestlers in WWE since I don't know when. You think you comfortable, dog? Do you really think you that dude, homie? What do I always say about wrestlers that have the it factor? I always say, if a wrestler has the it factor, you see it straight away. There is no, oh, give him 2 years. Give him 3 years. It'll show up. No, you either have it or you don't. And homie, you don't have it. Sorry to inform you. Do you know how poorly this is going to age when you're a result of budget cuts, my man?
In 2 years or less.
That's a great, dude, the moment I saw Kevin Knight perform, I said he has it. The first time I ever saw Will Ospreay perform, I said he has it.
Mm-hmm.
First time I watched Sting perform, it. Now, everybody in this motherfucker would be a liar if they said, oh, I saw The Rock had it from day one. No, you didn't. Nobody did. Nobody did. Stone Cold, no, you saw it. Stone Cold, you saw it. He just kept getting given really shitty gimmicks. Stone Cold, you saw it. He just had this timing with certain stuff that you was like, it's something in there. Pause. Rey Mysterio has it. Shawn Michaels had it. And speaking of Shawn Michaels, Michael Hickenbottom himself, I'm really like, you blocked us already, but I'm really finna give you a reason to unblock us and reblock us again. You sitting here calling Tony Khan a crackhead. What the fuck you think your boss is, homeboy? Oops. What you think your boss was in the 90s, homeboy? Your boss is a reformed crackhead. Oops. Oops. Sean, you gonna unblock us and reblock us? Please be my guest. You know it's true. Your GOAT, your boss, your guy. That motherfucker was sniffing more snow than a goddamn white person falling down a ski slope. And then, last but not least, this is something I hate, and Werner knows I hate this, and I've said this to everybody that watches our show, all our truth seekers. Here's something I don't like, I never will like, and it just bugs my spirit. If you gonna say some goof-ass shit like that, at least stand on it. When I saw that he deleted it, I said, oh, you knew you was wrong. Ricochet, I'm going to give you a salute. You made that young bull work himself into a shoot without even trying. That is the mark of a great heel. Not a good one, a great heel. You made this young bull crash out without even trying. You were working him and he crashed out. Good on you, bro. This is only going to add to your legend. I hope you know that. And Richard O'Shea, the next time I see you, I'm going to tell you that. That was some legendary shit you did. And no, that wasn't last but not least, actually. Remember when I tell y'all damn near every show that the WWE bubble mentality starts at the top and it works its way down through the wrestlers and to the fan base? Why was Javon Evans' insults something fresh out of the WWE drone playbook? Oops. More evidence of me being right. More evidence of me being right. I don't get in front of this camera and just talk. I tell y'all, it's a culture. It's a mindset. It's like a brain chip. Everybody who works for that company thinks that way. Some are willing to say it out loud. Others aren't. I had to go to his account to make sure it was really him. Because that was straight out of the WWE drone playbook. Tony Khan's a crackhead. Oh my God. I was like, oh, this got to be a fake page. When I saw it was his actual page, I said, you got to be kidding me. What do I always call it? WWE brain rot. That's what I always call it. Starts at the top and works its way down. Trickle down economics, pro wrestling edition. Y'all thought I was capping, didn't y'all? This is what they train into their wrestlers. I want you to understand that. They train this mentality into their wrestlers. Oh, you're in the big leagues. You don't need to go over there and work with that cokehead. Oh my. And Werner, can I say this? This is probably the only defense of Tony Khan I'm going to give character-wise, because it's just ridiculous. Do y'all have any evidence that he does coke?
No, they don't.
Has anybody presented any evidence?
No, they see him do awkward thing, like him be awkward, and that automatically, oh, he's on drugs.
And the irony of that is, have y'all been around WWE drones? These are some of the most socially awkward motherfuckers you will ever meet in your life. They literally act like they've been locked up in a basement for 15 years and just now are getting to come out. All of them. That's something where I'm not going to say a majority. No, all of them. All of them. Every time you see them at like the little WWE events and all that stuff and like the WWE world, they look like they just got let out of captivity. They smell like it too. I'm going to need somebody in this motherfucking house tonight to stop me when I lie. Fuck are we doing, bro? So Javon Evans, man, that's what we not going to do, dog. For fuck's sake, dude, you have a theme song that says, he's so bouncy. You need to worry about getting yourself over with a theme song like that first before you worry about what anybody else is doing. Because Ricochet has accomplished way more than you, and Tony Khan is way richer than you. I'm sure Ricochet is way richer than you, too. And I'm not even a pocket watcher. I'm just saying, homie, you talking about two people that have way more residual success than you. You can learn something from them. What is wrong with these wrestlers, bro? And some of these wrestlers that are willing to crash out like this, Warner, here's the kicker. They not even in the company yet.
No.
Most of these wrestlers that would say stuff like Javon Evans said today, they would say this and they not even in WWE. And you like, what are you doing?
I want to be sold the dream. I want to see my name on the WrestleMania sign. I want to go to the Royal Rumble.
Werner, that is the most confusing part. Wrestlers that haven't even made it yet saying this shit.
I want a main event. Because that's the dream.
You know what? I got an idea, Werner. All the wrestlers that think like Javon Evans, I want y'all to crash out.
Yeah.
You know why? You'll take all of the legwork out of Tony Khan having to do vetting for the AEW product off his hands.
Mm-hmm. So that's what, a good 90% of that roster?
Yeah, he'll know I'm not
WWE?
hiring you. He'll know off rip, I'm not hiring you. No matter how much you beg me, I'm not hiring you.
Or I'm not hiring you back.
That's the whole point. Tony Khan, let's keep that ball rolling, homie. Javon, tell all your other people in the company to think that same way you think. Tell them to out themselves too. Please. Matter of fact, yes, crash out. Please. Go ahead and do it, young fella. Crash out. Please. If we can avoid having these people leave WWE or get released and come stink up the AEW product, please, yes, all of y'all crash out and expose yourselves for what y'all are. Marks. Let me read these super chats.
Ones at that bat.
Man, not even good faith marks. I can respect a good faith mark because guess what? They'll tell you I'm a mark. You know, you remember in the late 90s when it was like that?
Yeah.
When people would openly be like, look, man, I'm not a WCW mark. I'm a WWF mark. I'm not a WWF mark. I'm more of a WCW guy.
Yeah. And you'd have a logical debate. And that would be it. It wouldn't be going to, sign language ever.
If anything, those debates are what cultivated me and Werner's wrestling knowledge. Yeah, man, you may not like WCW, but you got to check out what Sting is doing right now, man. You know what I am? I'm going to check that out. That's how the conversations used to go.
Or, hey, here's this tape from New Japan. You got to check out these guys over there. They're killing it.
Hey, man, did you see what they're doing over in ECW from the wrestling magazines that we got, man? Dude,
exactly.
These were conversations. And I love, that's why I say the just enjoy wrestling people are so bad faith in 2025 because, again, if you did just enjoy wrestling, you would be sparking these conversations, but you're not. You're just virtue signaling. Oh, we cooking tonight. I did not expect to cook tonight. We cooking tonight, boy.
I mean, I think we can agree that this generation of wrestler is just there for the clout.
Dude, they're cooked. Homie,
Yeah, they're cooked.
They're cooked.
They don't care about the actual wrestling or getting over with fans. They just want the clout for themselves and want to have nothing to do with it.
They just
or do the work for it.
They just want to rub elbows. And I'm not, and this ain't a diss song, it's a real song. They want to rub elbows with people like Natalia and all that stuff just to say they did it.
Yeah.
They don't even care about the teachings. They go to the dungeon just to get a fucking photo op.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these wrestlers, they heart ain't in it. If Hollywood came knocking on their door with a bag, they would never wrestle again. And the ones who heart is in it, you can feel it. You can feel it in everything they do. Will Ospreay is a phenomenal example of that.
Yes, it is.
And they got real tight about what he said, too, and I was trying to figure out what the lie was. Where he basically was like, hey, in this ring, I don't think anybody over there is really touching us. Where was he wrong? And I'm paraphrasing, by the way. Y'all know I hate misquoting people.
Their roster is trash. They've killed the spirit of wrestling on that roster.
Now, I'm going to ask everybody in the comment section, if you are watching live right now, man, first of all, get these likes up to 25. Second of all, do you feel what Javon Evans said and did today was a big mistake? Drop it in the comment section. Adrian Carpenter came through with the 20 schmackaroo super chat,
there we
baby.
go.
Said, I'm extremely disappointed in Javon. He's talking like he's a main eventer. You're a mid-carder in NXT, if that. Performing in front of 250 people that got in for free. He disgusts me. Dude, it's diabolical work. And then you put through, wait, what's that? Same? Oh, Adrian Carpenter's showing the love. You came through with a second super chat for 10 Schmackaroo, said Javon talked trash about the company that gives black wrestlers more opportunities than anyone, and you cape for a company who doesn't push black male wrestlers on the main roster. I brought that up. In my What We Not Gonna Do, I brought that up. I'm like, dude, are you really caping for a company that is fucked over so many people that look like you? I said, that was the first thing I said. The first thing I said was he wasn't on code. As a black man, that you don't argue with another black man about how he get his money in front of white people. Come on, what are you doing, young fella? What are you doing? I'm sure the phone call he got wasn't from Triple H because he doesn't see color. I'm sure the phone call he got was probably from Mark Henry or Devon. Well, probably Devon. Mark Henry's a coon. But I'm sure the phone call he got was like, young fella, you don't argue with no other black person in front of no white folks. What are you doing? He wasn't even on code. That's why I think he's a tether. He wasn't even on code. You know how he could have responded and it would have been the dopest shit in the world. Hey man, like we say in the hood, man. Hey man, I'm just trying to get like you, man. You ain't got to beat down on me. I'm just trying to get like you. I love the work you doing, man. Keep it up. That would have been some on code shit to say.
Oh no, but we can't have WWE people watching AEW. No. That's a no-no.
What the fuck was he thinking, dog?
He decided that he doesn't want to work after WWE.
Adrian Carpenter came. Oh man, Adrian Carpenter is killing it tonight. Thank you,
he
man.
is.
5 Schmackaroo said these wrestlers don't love the business. You can see Mercedes Moné Hart is in his business because she doesn't have to wrestle. I mean, look, dude. The money she's making right now, she probably could start her own damn promotion.
Yeah.
She's doing it for the love of the game at this point, and so many people hate her for that. Did y'all see that post where I asked if she's the best women's wrestler currently. Oh my God, did you see the drones? Go look. It went viral. Go look under that post. It confirmed everything we always say on this show. They hate her because she's a black woman that bucked the system and went on to have success elsewhere. I even saw a couple people say, but you know what? I give them credit for this because at least they admitted it. I even saw a couple people say like, oh, I would consider what she's doing the greatest if she was in WWE right now. I was like, thank you. Thank you. Admit your mark. Admit your bias. Admit your drone. All right, man, let me read a few more comments and then we gonna collide with everybody, okay? Except for the men's, all right? We ain't colliding with no men's. But appreciate you. One more super chat to send us to church. That's how I'm doing it tonight. One more will send us to church. And Adrian Carpenter, thank you so much for killing it tonight, man. We appreciate it.
Yes.
All right, let me keep this going. Hold on, let me see. Man, I'm going to be honest. I did not expect us to drop this much knowledge tonight.
Neither did I.
Let me see. Said Ricochet he's in his heel bag. Yeah, man, salute to him. If it was that easy to make that young fella crash out, that shows you how fragile WWE wrestlers are, personality-wise. Said it's deleted, but screenshots will live forever. Facts plus tax. Then Mike said he's autistic, which is another. Yeah, Tony Khan. Yeah, he might have some autism. I don't know. I can't confirm that. He's never openly said that. I don't think.
What's
up?
I just had it up. He actually tweeted about this in 2013 and said, "No,
he doesn't." Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, there it is. He's just socially awkward then.
Yeah.
One like away, y'all. One like away. Senior Nerd said, all because he talks fast. That doesn't mean he snorts like Scarface. You always see Tony with a cup of coffee. Facts plus tax. That's something verifiable. That's something verifiable. Said, years ago I saw Elena Black, Core J, trying to cook Sky Blue, and Elena got cooked just like Jamal. Yeah, I remember that. It was very short-lived too. But here was the thing. Here was where that real source of butthurt took place. I'm only addressing this because you brought it up. Here's where the real source of butthurt took place. The real source of butthurt took place because Elena felt like Sky bit her style. But here's where it really derives from. She's just jealous of the level of success Sky has had. It's almost like she felt like she watched Sky do what she did and actually run with it and do better with it. It's a jealousy thing. I'm telling you on good, solid, rock solid information. It's a jealousy thing. It's very much so a jealousy thing.
And women get jealous way too easily.
Especially I always say, all that fake shit might look good until a person walk in the room with that real shit. Then all of a sudden, you looking at your fake shit like, oh, man, I should have just saved up the money for the real shit. That's the Elena Sky dynamic. She was the fake, and then Sky walked in the room, and she got insecure. That's really... Go ahead.
Hold on. I got the tweet up from Tony. He said, even if I was, there's nothing wrong with it whatsoever.
Right. Right. What's wrong with being autistic?
Yeah.
To Trill for life, I hope you are not all lives matter in this situation with Javon Evans.
Oh, no.
I pray to God that you're not doing that right now. He said historically it's been a tough route for minority people in the wrestling business. No. Whoa, no, not this again.
Do we have to say that there's probably more Mexican world champions than there are black world champions?
We've been through this. I know you haven't been watching our show long enough to remember when we broke this down like a fraction. Homie, I hate when people do that. No one, and I mean no one, no class has been more subjugated to poor booking and mistreatment in professional wrestling than black wrestlers. Don't all lives matter it, man. Minority damn nothing. There's 2 promotions in Mexico where Mexicans can go be a world champion. I'm not trying to hear that. Name all of the black promotions where a wrestler can go be a black world champion. I will wait. We not finna all lives matter the black struggle, homie. That's just something we not gonna fucking do. Because I stand on mine, unlike Javon Evans. I stand on mine. We not finna do that, dog. Absolutely not. All right, let's keep it rolling. Man. That brought me back to when we had to break that down on that one stream. Goodness gracious me. Adrian Carpenter.
They don't claim Dom.
Adrian Carpenter is rocking it out heavy right now.
Yes.
Heavy. 10 schmackaroos again said, I'm angry. An administrator. You said I'm an administrator in a black wrestler group. There's so many fans that think like Javon, and it pisses me off. And IWC and idiot wrestlers think it's okay to disrespect Tony Khan. Yeah, until they want a bag from him.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. No, not until they want. Hold on, wait, not until they want a bag from him. Wait, Werner, I used the wrong word. Until they need a bag from him.
Right. And then, of course, TK is going to get in front of these wrestlers, and those are, I was hacked. I didn't say those things. I was hacked.
You want to know what cracked me up, Werner? Seeing the drones try to spin this, and they say it this, Werner, this shit had me in stitches. There's no such thing as burn bridges in wrestling. CM Punk came back and he sued the company.
Oh
CM Punk is a white man in a white-dominated industry from top to bottom. What? What are you? What?
if Ron Simmons did what CM Punk did, he would have never came back.
He would have been blackballed from wrestling. Yes.
If Bobby Lashley sued WWE, never be allowed to come back to WWE.
And this is a white man saying this.
Shelton Benjamin, same thing.
When I saw that, I said, oh my God. Tell me you're racially insensitive without telling me you're racially insensitive.
Right.
But what else do I expect from a WWE fan?
Yeah.
Minority, you said minority, I meant black specifically. To say black. Because you see a black man sitting here doing this show. Say it. Say it. I'm not saying you're afraid to say it, but like, what are you scared of? Like, say it. Because that's what it is. Because if somebody saw that comment, they might perceive it as you all lives mattering it, which it did come off that way. And if you think I'm wrong, I'll allow everybody in the comment section to tell me if they agree or not. Yeah, if you say that, then say black. Say black. But guys, we got to go to that place. We got to get a little bit uplifted, ladies and gentlemen. It's about that time that we take ourselves right on down the road to church.
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women. I said women. I'm not gay. I would not date a man. I would not carry a purse. I would not put on makeup. I will love a woman. Now listen, what y'all point.
It got me at like the last possible second. I was like I heard women and lost it. It got me at the last possible second. God dang it. Okay. Yes, minority is very broad. Yes, it is. That, you know what minority is a term that, for white people use the minority term when they don't want to actually accept accountability for something that they subjugated black people to. Oops. It's a catch-all term. It's an accountability avoidance term. See, I stand on everything I'm saying. You see how I'm saying everything I'm saying fearlessly? Like, I don't like, dude, I'm very proud to be black. Very proud. Our contributions to this planet are endless. We gave the whole world a style to run with. I'm black and I am very proud of it. So no, if it's something that personally afflicts black people specifically, I want you from here on forward to say black people. You ain't gotta, just because Werner's sitting in that corner of the screen don't mean you gotta mince your words. Just because you see some white people in the comment section or some Latinos in the comment section don't mean you gotta mince your words, homie. Be you. You are one of the most beautiful things to happen to this planet. You understand what I'm saying? And when I have kids someday, I'm going to teach them that same thing. All right? That's just how I was raised, homie. All right. Wait, hold on. Adrian Carpenter. God damn, Adrian Carpenter. Shit, okay.
Jeez.
My man. Oh, shit. My man, 50 grand. At this point, you going to donate 50 grand. Shit. Said Javon need to ask Jakar Jackson how she feels about WWE right now. Come on, your black hole workers getting released. That's what I said and what we not going to do. Dude, you could pick up the phone and call all the people that just got fucked over that look like you. You can pick up the phone and call them right now. Respectfully. Much love to everybody in the comment section, man. I'm going to read a few more comments. Damn, we an hour and 11 in? Holy shit, where'd that come from?
Wow.
Okay. Okay, well, shit, damn. I guess we was cooking. All right. Said Javon put all his eggs in the basket that regularly discards all but the whitest shells. That's a fact.
Bang, bang.
I like that
bang,
comment.
Bang, bang.
Let me see. Shit, I'm just trying to find a few good ones. Joey Janela said Tony compounds the fuck out of White Claws, too. Yeah, that'll make you a little jittery.
Yeah. I think the coffee would more.
Whoa. Hold on. Nasty Leroy said, what you think in the coach comment on Bailey on this podcast? Well, no free promo first and foremost, but because of the situation at hand, I'm going to ask what was said.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Fuego said Sky's jaws didn't work, nothing but a mic for her spot. Cora though. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Yeah, I already addressed it. Again, I'm trying to be as classy as possible when it comes to Elena. I'm really trying my best because I just, that is not a person I'm fond of. Like, I know her track record. That is just a person I am not fond of. Like, if you want to talk about a person that tries to take every shortcut possible, yeah. See what we got. Said she's a never was. That's what he said. Did you expect a disagreement?
Yeah.
I mean, she's been coasting off the goodwill of that. Ironically enough, coasting off the goodwill of that match she had with Mercedes at that takeover. Was that in Brooklyn?
Yep.
She's been coasting on that for like a decade plus. I don't disagree with that. If that is what he said, I don't disagree with that.
I mean, she has every accolade possible, minus the newly created mid-card titles for the women's division.
Yeah, where is he wrong? And I can't believe I'm saying that about the coach because usually he's wrong a majority of the time.
Right.
Yeah, I don't. What's wrong with what he said? We've made our stance known on Bailey. We've been saying Bailey ain't worth her weight and you know what.
And she's probably too nice backstage.
Oh, I picture her being so buddy. Now that's not something I have on information. I'm just that's speculation.
I get that feeling like she's everybody's friend. Yeah. She doesn't do the politics the right way. That type of stuff.
I mean, Matthew, you just repeating stuff that we've said on the show a million times before. Yeah, if Bailey didn't have as many simps as she does, she would have been gone.
Mm-hmm.
Liv Morgan, same thing.
What are the Dakota Kai simps going to do now?
You know they're going to find somebody else to latch on to.
Probably.
Because once you leave that company, you don't matter to them.
That's right.
Yeah, they're going to find somebody else to latch on to. Now I'm starting to notice they're doing it with Lyra. That's who I noticed they're starting to do it to. And I'm like, Let me see. Yeah. Miguel, I agree 100%. Bailey owes her WWE run to Mercedes.
Yeah.
I agree. I do not disagree with that statement. Why do y'all think when we heard people speculating Bailey to AEW, we was like, no, absolutely not. I feel like Bailey and Kris Statlander cancel each other out, but Kris Statlander is better.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they need Bailey when they have their own version, and that version that they have is better? Does that make sense?
It's simple.
Yeah. Come on now. All right, cool. Read a few comments, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's time for us to collide with everyone. It is time to get to AEW Collision. Man, we ain't done one of these in a minute.
Yeah.
Well, since the holidays?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we did the Christmas Collision. Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Hold on, wait, let me close that out. Goddamn pop-ups one, two. All right, what the hell was that about? Okay. All right, Werner, because I do need to conserve my voice, I'm going to tell you to take the quarterback position for this show and do not throw an interception on the first play of the fucking game.
Oh no!
And he's Rex Grossman. He threw an interception on the first play of the game.
Oh no! We started the show with Tony Storm. I cannot give this promo justice. Go watch it,
bruh.
I cannot. Just go watch it. I can't do this justice. Go watch Storm. That was hilarious.
Let me get one more bruh in. Bruh. She talked about craving more partners, doing stuff with random objects.
No. Go watch this promo.
She plans to spit on it and sit on it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh. Like, as she's going through the promo, I'm dead ass going, oh. And you heard the men in the crowd like, yeah, buddy. No, but my favorite
part. And then
part
she mentions perverts, and then all the guys are like, yay, that means me.
Dude, my favorite part of this promo wasn't even anything she said, funny enough. It was after she finished the promo, she just squats back down into...
I know.
That shit took me out, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, that shit took me out when she just squatted down into the damn box. That was funny as shit. I got a huge laugh out of that. She definitely got me on that one. But no, yes, go watch this promo. The clip's are up on social media. If you can't get to social media, watch it on Max or whatever the case may be. But Tony, don't change a thing, sweetheart.
Oh, that was phenomenal. All right, up next, we have the Paragon backstage for Kyle Auto Parts O'Reilly and Roddy Strong. We're talking about the disappointment they had in losing to FTR. But Adam Cole assured them that they wouldn't be long before they were back on top. Then the grizzled young veteran showed up out of nowhere to challenge them, saying that they forgot what it's like to fight for their spot and that they would fight to remind them.
And to be grizzled. Don't forget that.
And to be grizzled, yes.
And to be grizzled. Warner's like, I'm joining, I'm grizzly. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's good to see the grizzled young vets back. And it's good to see, Werner, this feels nice. It's good to see the Paragon get a feud or a match at least. I don't know if this is going to develop into a feud, but to get a match at least with some tag team that they could sink their teeth into.
Yeah, it's going to be nice.
They're not going against the Dork Order. They're not going to get, no. If the Grizzled Young Vets and Paragon have a program, it is going to be fire.
Mm-hmm.
I like that shit, man. So, yeah, salute to this, man. This was fire.
Yeah. Alrighty, up next we got Ricochet taking on Angelico. To make a long story short, Ricochet won with the spirit gun. Zach Gowen was also in the crowd randomly.
Warner's underselling this. This was a mini cheat code.
Yeah, it was kind of a mini cheat code. But Zach Gowen was in there, and fans got nuts and started chanting, "He's got hair."
True. He does.
True.
He does.
He does.
Yes, I've seen
Everyone has hair except Richard O'Shea.
Yes, even other bald people have hair, and Richard O'Shea doesn't.
Richard O'Shea has taken baldness to a whole new level.
The
to where
last,
it's just him.
the last bald ranger. Oh man,
Go bald ranger.
That's right, exactly. Mighty Morphin Bald Ranger. Oh, Richard O'Shea, you're so bald. Whatever shall you do with your life? Other than
Richard
be bald.
Yeah, right. Richard O'Shea tried to egg on Zach Gowen, then security showed up. Security. Ricochet knocked him out and made fun of him while knocking them all out.
That was kind of funny. That was kind of funny. Oh, look,
Richard
there goes one into the barricade. That was funny. Go ahead.
Richard O'Shea pulled out a pair of scissors and started cutting the hair of one of the security officers, but Gowen showed up to save the day.
That's right.
Ricochet kicked Gowen in the leg and then hit the spirit gun on Gowen. Ricochet took Gowen's prosthetic leg and left the ring with it. Ricochet posed with the prosthetic leg, and the crowd gave tons of heat to Ricochet for this angle. I cannot wait to see these two wrestle.
Zach Gowen sold like his mortgage was 20 years in the hole.
Maybe it is.
He sold the shit out of that spirit gun.
Yeah.
You would have thought motherfucking Ricochet killed him.
Mm-hmm.
It was this reminded me so much of year one AEW. Because like outrageous shit like this used to happen in year one AEW every week.
Mm-hmm.
It just did. Like it'd be like, oh, next week on Dynamite, Chris Jericho versus Juventud Guerrera. You was like, what?
Movie!
Dude. And then the fact that Tony, but here's the difference between year one AEW and this. The fact that Tony built a story for it.
Right?
I was like, AEW is just coasting right now in a good way.
But AEW doesn't tell stories. They don't tell. They just throw random matches together.
And you know what? Good on Zach.
Yeah.
Getting this opportunity and getting this moment to come back to professional wrestling on a national stage, good for him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of not comfortable with AEW doing fan service on WWE's behalf. Because Richard O'Shea did have to mention Brock, which I did not like. But that shows you how terrible of a company WWE is creatively, because they can't even do little fan service things like this.
They didn't do anything for Mondo.
Yeah.
They did nothing for him.
So, yeah, I don't like AEW doing fan service on behalf of WWE. This is something WWE should have done, and they should have paid off. Now, we know they're creatively bankrupt, but still. But, again, it's dope that Zach is getting this spotlight, though. I'm not trying to take away from the moment. I actually enjoyed this thoroughly. But my favorite moment of this was Ricochet at the top of the stage with a prosthetic leg limping off with that.
Yeah, it was funny.
Hilarious. That shit was hilarious. And you know what? Zach is going to be over like Rover in Chicago next week.
Oh, huge.
That match is going to be one of the... Y'all ain't ready for this. This is a bold take. That is going to be a match of the year candidate.
Ooh, yeah, it could be, yeah.
I'm going bold.
But we do have to ask one thing.
What's up?
Mikey, don't fuck up his theme song.
Leg.
Okay, if he does that, that'll be hilarious.
Leg. Boy, when I heard that, good, I was like, oh no.
I was just, after 24 hours thinking about this, was this Mikey's way of just trolling Def Rebel with the raise your fist, pow pow?
It had to be.
It had to be.
Because I've never heard a Mikey Ruckus theme that sounded like that.
That would be a fun question to ask him. Just be like, hey, do you ever troll Def Rebel just for fun in your music?
Bro, you couldn't find nobody backstage with a more aggressive voice than that. Damn. You could have even had Rhino do it.
Right?
Oh,
maybe it was
God.
MJF.
But if Zach comes out to leg, dude, I'm going to lose it. I don't think I'm going to be capable of doing a review. I'm going to be in the damn hospital. That would, oh, dude, I would, oh. See, now I want it to happen.
Right? You want it to happen.
He's got one leg.
Bennett.
And it just, wait, and then it just randomly converts to Nickelback. And they say that a hero to save her. I'm not gonna, leg.
See, Mikey, we're giving you free creative here.
That's right. They would only have to pay for 6 seconds of Nickelback.
Right.
That's probably how much you would pay for it.
Which is probably what, 20 cents?
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh man, I did not expect this show to be like this. Okay.
No.
I did not expect us to do this, y'all. I'm so sorry. I apologize to everybody and their family that's watching this right now.
Mm-hmm.
But let's keep going.
We're going to be serious and forthwith.
Yeah, bullshit. Go ahead.
All right, up next we got the Don Callis family. Kyle Fletcher, Lance Archer, Rocky Romero, and Trent Beretta with Don Callis. Taking on the Outrunners, Turbo Floyd and Truth Magnum, AR Fox, and the Ring of Honor World Champion Bandito.
Why you make his name so little?
I don't know.
What the fuck was that?
I have no idea.
Oh my God.
This was a decent match. I don't know what has gotten into Tony or the producers, but these multi-man, like the 6-man, the 8-mans, they've actually been really hitting a good stride.
Here go undersells McGillicuddy again. Okay.
What, how am I underselling?
Sir, this was another mini cheat code.
How is that me underselling it?
Bandito looked... man, look, this is one of the best performances I've seen him have since he came back. AR Fox has been on a run too.
Yep.
Kyle Fletcher has been on a run. The Outrunners, they were fodder, but they did just enough. Does that make sense? They did just enough. But yeah, I really, really like this match. This was a great fucking match. Go ahead.
No, I enjoyed this, but like my point is like normally, because when you watch that other company and you see the 6, 8, 10, 20, 50-man tag matches.
50 man.
25 on each.
The fuck is it, a doubled up Royal Rumble? What the hell are you? I know.
No, that's the new elimination style Survivor Series match that we're getting this year in San Diego. Ray is going to be the captain of one team, and Dominic's going to be the captain of the other.
And guys, I know double of 30 is 60. Nobody said that in the comment section, but I can see somebody like, wait, double of 30 ain't 50. It's like, motherfucker, I know. Okay, it's wrestling. They brand things as anything.
That's
all right. But no, this was fire. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. My point is that this has been good, and Tony and the producers have found a stride to make these matches good.
They flow. Yeah.
They flow phenomenally.
Bandito.
All right.
That's what I was saying. Like, Bandito had an otherworldly performance in this matchup to me. Like, I don't know what got into him tonight, but no, Bandito snapped. It seems like he's getting his footing back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That Bandito we saw in that ring tonight, I'm like, that's the Bandito that I was singing the praises of, and I feel like he could be a world champion anywhere. So, yeah. But continue, sir.
Roppongi Vice hit the Jackal Driver for the win. Again, phenomenal match.
Mm-hmm.
Up next, they recapped Ricochet laying out Zach Gowen and taking his prosthetic leg. They then announced Ricochet versus Zach Gowen for Dynamite next week, with highlighting Jon Moxley versus Samoa Joe. Up next, we got another promo video for Moxley and Samoa Joe. Now we have Jon Moxley cutting a backstage promo about the cage match with Samoa Joe. Moxley said he knew he was going to get beat up, but could Joe really keep going long enough to beat Moxley? Moxley promised that no matter what Joe did, that he had been through worse, and that he has faced his demons, and that keep people up at night. And he was going to take the fight to Joe, and that he would be the last man standing against Joe, and that there was no place he'd rather be. This was a really good promo.
It was a pointed promo. It was so direct.
And focused.
God, that's literally the same thing as what I said. But, yes, it was a very pointed, very direct. It was so, like, man, I'm like, am I Samoa Joe? That's how it felt. Like, it felt like he was talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn, why you talking? What I do? like the more you talked, I was like, what I do? Moxley, I'm in my crib chilling.
Mm-hmm.
That is the promo style. Okay, I'm not sure how approachable he is backstage. I haven't asked. I got some sources that I actually could ask if I want to know this information. I'm not sure how approachable he is backstage, but young wrestlers that want to work on your promos, go chop up some game with Moxley.
Mm-hmm.
You might learn a thing or two. Go chop up some game with Moxley. Because on that microphone, he gets it.
Big time.
It's a reason why he was trusted with, the microphone and being the voice of the Shield when they first debuted. For all the drones that claim he's a boring and bad promo, yeah, y'all forget he was the voice of the Shield when it first started up. Remember, y'all big dog, y'all tribal chief. All he used to say was "believe that," and he could barely say that because he's a fucking dumbass. Dude, I will die on that hill. But
still don't know how he graduated from Georgia Tech.
Let's put some air quotes on that. Graduate. But yeah, no. I enjoyed it. Everybody, let me know what your thoughts were. Go ahead.
All right, up next we got Anthony Bowens taking on Lee Johnson. Anthony Bowens won with a Molly Whip.
This was kind of
or Molly Wop.
This was awkward.
Yeah.
And then him doing the scissoring thing again.
Yeah, that was not good.
This was very awkward.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only word I can use. I have nothing else. It was just awkward. It didn't need to be here.
This was like this. I mean, yes, it was awkward, but like I felt like Tony's like, okay, here's our cool down match.
Like, dude,
and it turned weird.
Like even the crowd didn't know how to respond to this. You notice that?
Mm-hmm.
Like even the crowd was kind of like, yay?
Mm-hmm. Are we sure, yay? Should we boo?
To me, they popped more for Billy Gunn than they did Anthony Bowens.
Yeah. Maybe Anthony should just come out on his own now.
Yeah, Anthony needs a good feud. We said that when he came out at Dynasty, if I'm not mistaken. Like, dude, he needs a good feud. Like, don't just have him face people like Lee Johnson. No disrespect to him, but don't have him just face people like Lee Johnson and like all that stuff on Collision. Like, no, actually give him a program, you know? Because this
would be a good program for him right now.
I couldn't tell you. Off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you. That fits his feng shui, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I could not tell you.
I mean, it sucks that we don't have another a mold of a Bryan Danielson, so you could relive that again.
Yeah, he needs someone
and just
to
reestablish him.
Yeah. He needs someone to elevate him, and he doesn't have that right now. Said Blake Christian. I guess. Like I don't know. But again, just like I said on last night's review, I actually have faith that Tony Khan will figure it out. Whatever it looks like. I actually have faith that Tony Khan will figure it out. So we'll see. But go ahead, Werner.
All right, up next, we got the Gates of Agony coming out with Bishop Khan grabbing the mic and calling out Big Bill.
Oh, boy.
And the titty sucker. They weren't going to redeem themselves by beating them. Taialoa said that they wanted to fight right now.
Who, Werner?
Huh?
Toa Leona. You said Taialona. Who the fuck is Taialona?
Toa Leona.
Look, what you do to get your rocks off don't got nothing to do with us.
No.
We don't tie Leonas over here, sir.
No.
Okay? I don't need to tie Leona. Leona does very nice things for me without me tying her up. Who the fuck is Taya Leona? All right, but let's go.
All right, so then the Big Bill and the titty sucker came out and they brawled. I mean, that's pretty much it. This was just...
It was a good brawl, though. It was a good brawl.
It was a good brawl, but it was just time filler.
But Tony Khan, this was the segment that should have made you go, I need to find a way to push these guys. At least Gates Agony.
Yes.
I need to find a way. They sold this segment. Gates of Agony sold this segment. And Big Bill needs to be on his fucking own. I cannot say it enough.
You know, I was thinking about this. Like, why isn't Big Bill in the Wardlow spot now? Whatever that was supposed to look like. Why isn't Big Bill in that area? He can cut a promo. He's a good hand.
He's believable.
He's very believable. What are we being gun shy for?
Tony Khan he's one of those people that we talked about him being a little bit gun shy. He's gotten way better though. He's gotten way better. But like, for whatever reason or another, we've discussed this with big man, pause if necessary. He's very gun shy.
Yes.
Just commit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He stayed healthy. You know, like what do you have to lose?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and by the way, YouTube is on that fuck shit from what I can see. We had like 34 likes, and then all of a sudden it just went down to 24. So I'm not going to hold this against y'all. YouTube is on some weirdo shit.
Yeah.
I saw that happen right in front of my fucking eyes. Good God almighty, YouTube. Get it together. Okay.
All righty. Up next, we have a recap video for Anna Jay and Megan Bain.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh,
yes, more
yes.
of.
Yes.
More of.
Approve.
More of. Yes.
Tony, approve.
Yes.
Don't shy away from it. Run towards it. Run towards it as fast as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. I didn't think that Anna Jay Harley Cameron pairing would be what it is.
Who would have thunk?
Bringing out some personality out of Anna.
Finally.
Oh, my goodness, y'all.
I'm Ty. I'd be like really nervous.
Yeah.
If she's even coming back.
Yeah, because what use do you honestly have for her at this point?
Yeah.
That's not even a diss song. It's a real song. I don't see what purpose you have for her at this point. I would just let her contract run out. Like, what is there for her to do?
Yeah. I mean, at this point, you'd have to store in Ring of Honor until she built herself up.
Yeah, I got nothing on that, bro.
Yeah. Alrighty, up next, we have another recap video for Willow Nightingale and Kris Statlander showing their friendship.
That's another thing that's gotten way better in AEW, and we don't talk about it enough. The production when it comes to the vignettes has gotten way better too.
Oh yeah,
that's something else that I just think we do not discuss enough on this show.
No, I want to bring it up in a second. Up next, we have Kris Statlander versus Willow Nightingale.
Cheat code.
Motherfucking cheat code.
Cheat code. I didn't expect it. I didn't see that coming.
You know, I was trying to formulate this question in my head while watching this match. And the question is like, when you have chemistry as friends, like they do, I mean, is it easier to go out there and hit your best friend a little bit harder?
Yeah. I told you, Kyle Fletcher told me that about Will Ospreay. It's definitely much easier.
I just,
yeah, it's much easier.
It's why you want everyone to be friends, so then they beat the shit out of each other more.
Yeah, because you trust the person that's in there with you.
Yeah.
So like it's a no-brainer. You know what they can do, you know what they can't do. It's better. But Chico, man, Chico.
Big time Chico. But in this match, we had storyline progression.
Oh, dude, the Fed Walkers were flipping the shit over this.
Oh, we had storyline progression, and I was all for it. I was jumping up and down going, yes, finally.
Werner.
What?
Are we lying, sir?
I have the hops of a golfer.
You jumping up and down, Werner.
I have the hops of a golfer, and that is my story, and I am sticking to it.
Michigan would have broke off into the lake if you were jumping
That's
up
not true.
You lying bastard.
I am not Yokozuna.
Are you that far off, Werner? Werner?
I don't know.
You're right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what I said. If you don't know Nato Jacobs, I don't know Nato
Jacobs.
Fuck is wrong with you, man?
Alrighty, Wheeler Yuta made his way down ringside. Marina Shafir ran in with the chain and choked out Willow Nightingale from behind. Pause if necessary.
Yes, if necessary, yes.
If necessary. To the back of the referee. Statlander did not see it happen, but came in right away and hit the Saturday Night Fever for the win.
Yeah, dude, the Fair Walkers were going ape shit over there. Oh, Death Rider's interfering. Oh my gosh, this match is ruined. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Storyline progression.
Dude, they don't know that stories can be moved ahead in a match. They don't know this. They're not accustomed to this.
No.
They don't know. It's like foreign science to them, dude. Like, it's like showing them hieroglyphics. They cannot comprehend what they mean.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this again like I said on Wednesday, real quick. I'm going to say this again like I said on Wednesday. There's more forms of storytelling than the shitty spoon-fed Michael Chodes style of storytelling that WWE gives you, where they have to bombard you with 90 video packages before every match. Brian Alvarez.
That's very true.
God damn, it's more than one way to tell a fucking story of a feud, Brian Alvarez. Well, I'm going to lean on the side of the people that make the most money. Dude, you are such a fucking wise ass. You've worked yourself into a shoot, homie.
4% is enough money for me.
Dude, you got to stop. Like, Brian Alvarez, you got to cut that shit all the way out. Because you're only reinforcing that elitist mindset that WWE drones already have, homie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to go with the company that makes the most money and how they do things. Dude, stop it. Stop it. Go ahead, man.
Already up next, we get a vignette for Sky Blue returning next week on Dynamite.
I'm like, goddamn, you dirty bitch, you dirty bitch, you dirty bitch.
Phenomenal.
I ain't gonna lie, that girl had a big ass, dude.
This was a great
with me.
vignette.
That ass. That ass.
Sky, you know how I feel about this, sweetheart. Go get him.
So excited.
You know
Go
how I feel
kick
about
everyone's
this.
ass.
Yeah, she know how I feel. Go get him.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got for you, sweetheart. Go get him.
Run like the wind and don't look back. Already up next, we get a recap of Hangman Page and Will Ospreay. Opening segment for Dynamite last night, ending with a conversation that Hangman and Ospreay would be taking on Takeshita and Josh Alexander on Dynamite.
So I was trying not to take the ball out of Werner's hands because I do need to save my voice, but like Werner gets all butthurt when he gets corrected. I was going to bring up the spider thing. If I was reading the results, I would have brought up the spider thing, but Werner didn't. So now that we've gotten a segment across, I'm going to bring it up my damn self. Yes, they ran the spider again. That lets you know that Tony Khan is all in on everything that Thekla is going to do the moment she shows up. That's the only new thing I have to say from yesterday to today. The fact that it popped up again tells you Tony Khan is going to push her straight away. Like, that's what I gather from seeing it tonight. I was like, oh, he's going to push her. As he should. Let's be real, as he should.
So don't be surprised if she gets a world title shot June 11th or June 18th.
And it was 2 mystery spots on that, you dig?
Mm-hmm.
On that women's eliminator, that 4-way women's eliminator. It was two vacant spots. Sky got 1. Tony has 1. 2 was vacant, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? And she get a huge pop in Chicago, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah. Adrian Carpenter with a 2 Schmackaroo super chat saying, welcome back, Sky. Absolutely. She's an amazing person. She is a friend of the show. And yeah, Sky knows how I feel about it. I know what she was supposed to get before she got injured. So go get everything that you supposed to get, sweetheart. That's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Go ahead, Werner.
All righty. We have the Don Callis family, which is Josh Alexander and Takeshita, taking on the Dark Order. Quick squash match. Don Callis family won. Josh Alexander hit a C4 on Josh Reynolds for the win. Short, sweet, and to the point.
Yeah, that was quick work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Adrian Carpenter going deep into the pockets for CovalentTV.
There we go.
Came through with the 5 Schmackaroos again, said, wait, hold on, why is this not closing? Hold on, let me refresh this so I can see it. My bad, yo. Hold on. Let me refresh this so I can see your super chat. Warren, if you can see it, read it off, man.
Let's see. Welcome back, Sky Blue. Thekla is gonna take Mariah May's spot if she leaves.
Well, I'm going to be honest. If that's the case, that's a good thing because if Mariah does leave, that tells me she didn't appreciate the push she received.
Yep.
Because not a lot of people get that push that early into their mainstream career.
Right.
So, yeah, that would speak volumes.
Plus, her friends showing up in AEW, you would think she would want to stay.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Alrighty, up next, we got a fucking cheat code of a match with Speedball Mike Bailey taking on Dralistico.
Again, unexpected.
Unexpected, but like, damn.
Unexpected cheat codes are the best cheat codes.
Yeah.
Like that match where you go into it and you kind of like,
mm-hmm.
And then it just blows you the fuck away, pause if necessary.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
This was one of those matches.
Yeah. But anyways, Mike Bailey hit a spinning heel kick to knock out Dralistico for the win.
Dude, the spot where they were trading kicks like they were in a fucking karate movie and then Speedball just hit him with that straight kick.
Yeah.
And the crowd, and they just left that moment for the crowd to soak it in. That whoever is producing the matches, you understand the wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not many people that spot could have worked with, but it worked right there. And it worked with the people, casting people in their right positions and in their right roles.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to go on a WWE rant.
Alrighty, after that, we have, oh boy, Rush's music hits. It's Rush.
It's Rush. He showed up.
Rush.
He showed up to Rush.
There's no O's in his name. It's R-U-S-H. Damn it.
It is
it's
O's.
Rush.
It is O's. There's 5 of them.
There's none. Anyways, he came out to collect his brother.
Oh, why would you pause right there? Why would you pause right there? Like, Warner, what is with you in these dramatic pauses? You think you fucking Shakespeare or something? Stop doing that shit. I understand you a little bit bigger and it take you a second to catch your breath. But, homie, these dramatic pauses do not benefit you, sir. You said, yeah, so he came out to get his brother. What? You can't pause right there, homie. Go ahead.
He came out and collected his brother and stared down at Mike Bailey. So maybe we're going to get a feud there.
Sign me up.
Sign me up. Can't wait. Tony Schiavone announced next week's AEW Collision will be done in honor of Steve Mondo McMichaels in Chicago with his friends and family, including Ric Flair, being in attendance.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, you would think the company that actually has a tape library and all that would do something, but no.
You think. Beautiful. Tony Khan, good on you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, God. FTR Ball taking on Daniel Garcia ended in a DQ.
I'm good. I have no opinion.
Yeah, none whatsoever. You know what? Actually, I want to. Tony tried his damnedest to stretch out this whatever this was to try to get Daniel over, and it failed.
Mm-hmm. That's why I have no opinion.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to let people sit in their failure.
Mm-hmm.
Tony, that's what I'm gonna do with this, bro. I'm gonna let you bathe in this failure that is Daniel Garcia. I got nothing.
Yeah.
You forgot God damn it, Werner. You forgot the damn Nigel spot. Okay.
What?
Why does Daryl talk so much on the show, man? I wish Werner would say a few more things. This is why. How you forget the most important part of the damn match?
Because I said DQ. I thought if you wanted to sit in the failure, let's sit in the failure.
That happened within the match. What are you talking about? Okay.
So they go to the announcers. Harwood goes to the announcer there, slaps Nigel's headset off of him. Nigel stands up. Guinness refuses to fight, saying he's a professional and he's retired. Harwood then pushes him back into his seat. They get back into the ring, and then, McGuinness comes out and defends himself in the ring. DQ finish.
Yes, because that is potentially setting up a program, sir. So that needed to be said. Okay. Now.
And I said this yesterday. I can't believe we're going to waste a Nigel McGuinness match with Daniel Garcia.
Well, sir, I have one question for you, if that's the case. Smart guy. Is yesterday today?
No.
For sure. All right. So now that we got that out the way, we could get to ratings. I'm going to go 8.7 for this show. I'm going to go 8.7 for this show because it was a couple things on this show where I'm like, why is this here? There was a couple things on this show that were awkward, like really awkward. Like they had a position on the show, but they just didn't come off the way Tony Khan probably thought they were going to come off. Like Daniel Garcia versus FTR Bald. Nigel was more over in that angle than the person he's actually trying to get over.
Mm-hmm.
And Nigel's a commentator. Yeah, Tony, that flaw that you have as a booker is still there. It's to a bare minimum now, but it's still there. Stop being so stubborn with your favorites. Daniel Garcia is a failure. Don't give him a Nigel McGuinness match. He has not earned it. That's all I got for you, homie. Moment of the night. You know what? I'm going to go off the beaten path. I'm not even going to give this to a match. Tony Storm's opening promo.
Yeah.
I was laughing the whole time. Yo, go ahead.
How she doesn't win promo of the year? Even if that is a category, she should win it because, like, dear Lord, no one is topping her on the mic, boy or girl. No one is topping her.
I'm adding something else to my boycott WWE to start 2026 rule. If these outlets give Women's Wrestler of the Year to anyone but Toni Storm other than a landslide, again, boycotting the whole month of January. You will not get WWE reviews in January 2026. You have my word. So I'm going to add that one to it too. So the other one, if you guys don't know, is if Triple H wins Booker of the Year. That's the other one. Under no circumstance should that happen. But go ahead.
You know, I'm going to go 8-8 because, again, there was a lot of awkward, but man, that 8-man was phenomenal. Beginning match was great. I just, there was some awkward. Moment of the night, I'm going to give it to Kris and Willow and the storyline progression with Marina Shafir. Because you advanced 2 stories in one match. When do you see that anywhere other than AEW?
Uh-oh. Don't say the quiet part too loud on me.
I know, God forbid. Storyline advancement, 2 for 1, only at AEW. Ugh.
Content-wise, it's not even a question in my mind that AEW is going to lap WWE for this week. I don't even need to see SmackDown to know that. I don't even need to see Backlash to know that.
Joel.
Respectfully. And I'm going to tell you what. It is to a point with WWE, guys, where not only is apathy set in, but now I'm to a point of where it's just like, they're going to do what they want to do regardless, so why get upset about it?
Right.
I apply the same logic to women in my life. If a woman want to leave me or do something else, she going to do it regardless. Well, I cannot stop that. I'm going to enjoy it while she's here. But you cannot stop a woman from choosing what she want to choose. You can't. And that's how I feel about WWE. They're going to book horribly in spite of, the entire genre of pro wrestling because their army, their cult tells them everything they do is great. So why even get myself upset? And by the way, tomorrow, production note again, guys, for all y'all who came in here a little bit late. If you see an announcement post on YouTube for the SmackDown stream tomorrow, then that lets you know we are doing it. If you do not, then in which case that means we are not. I have some business to handle tomorrow, and I do not know how long it is going to take me. Saturday, y'all are getting a Backlash review, but however, I will be at MLW. They have an event going on here in Chicago. It's a lucha event. I will be in the building, so if you are coming to it, say what's up. And the Backlash review, it's going to probably take me about 25-30 minutes to get home. So yeah, just be patient. Don't do that. Oh, they're not doing review. Oh my God. Y'all only do that with WWE stuff, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if we miss an AEW review, we don't get no messages.
Nope.
None. Oh, we missed a WWE review. Oh, no. Oh.
The sky is falling.
Oh
my God.
It's cloudy with a chance of meatballs. Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I just want to make sure everybody knows that. So, if it ain't no review on Friday, you don't DM me, talk about some, hey, what happened? I don't see the stream. I just told you what's up. Okay? I actually have a life outside of this shit. Got it? Good. All right. Clear the air. To be judgmental of one's failures is to admit that you're a failure, basically. You never judge people's failures. You judge how they respond to them. That's what you judge. How do they follow up their failure? Then in which case you go, okay, I can base what I'm thinking of of this person off of that. The results. That's what matters. But to judge somebody while they're going through their storm, not fucking cool. And it's basically a subtle way of admitting you're a goddamn loser. It's a way of admitting you're a loser. So don't do that shit to people. Because we all go through our storms. We all go through our seasons. Don't do that to people. It's corny. And it makes you look like a fucking loser. All right? And that's why I want to clear the air on. Go ahead.
Daryl, you know my algorithm is in hell. Right?
By your own doing, but yes.
Not this time.
Okay.
So today, a new pope was elected.
Yes.
From Chicago.
Yes,
congratulations. Correct. Congratulations to that man. I'm glad we're finally getting some representation in the Catholic Church from the United States. But that didn't stop drones. Because drones decided it would be funny to have the Pope walk out to Cult of Personality.
Over my God.
And over and over. And to see CM Pope all over my timeline, I wanted to throw up.
Oh, no.
I wanted to throw up.
Oh, no.
So, drones, knock it the fuck off. You're not funny. You're not funny at all. You are cringy at best.
Yeah, they're never funny.
No.
Drone memes are just the worst.
Mm-hmm.
They are not. Drones do not have a sense of humor.
No.
Oh, man. Oh, man. That's bad. Okay, it's blasphemous as all hell, too.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get up out of here on that note, ladies and gentlemen. We rocked it out. We collided. We did what we were supposed to do. I didn't think this was going to be a 2-hour stream, but we cooked tonight. Man,
we did.
It was a lot of gems in this motherfucker, man. Watch Playback Gang. Y'all going to enjoy this one. Okay? But we only have so much time. So therefore, going once, going twice, and so to the man with the brazen in his hat. So, sign off yet again. It's the epitome of black excellence, the king of dimes, and just your boy, Mr. Starkside.
Beginning of Hope Worldwide, the Messiah, semi-cute sixes, and the internal pessimist, Big Dub.
Peace out, y'all.
See you tomorrow, maybe.